hören auch schon was. Ja, hier sind ja immer viele Demos. Was mir da auch noch einfällt bei Trump positiv, dass jetzt die Zensur auf den sozialen Medien zurückgefahren wurde. Also zum Beispiel YouTube haben viele Sachen da jetzt fallen lassen sogar wieder Kanäle wiederherstellen, die in Corona-Zeiten wegen kritischen Meinungen, kritischen Äußerungen gesperrt worden sind. Das gleiche betrifft Facebook, der ist ja auch zurückgerudert, der hat ja auch hart zensiert, abweichende Meinungen, und das hat sich ja auf jeden Fall gebessert. Also dieser Einfluss, das sind ja alles amerikanische Unternehmen, abgesehen von TikTok, wobei TikTok USA ja jetzt auch in den Händen von politischen US-Unternehmen sein werden. So, ich sehe das so oder so und so halt. Also ich kann jetzt nicht sagen, dass das Präsidentschaft von Trump jetzt nur aus meiner Sicht nur negativ ist für uns, sondern teilweise ist es positiv, hat es positive Aspekte, teilweise hat es negativ. Mal schauen, was die Amis dazu sagen. Mal schauen, ob das nur auf Englisch ist oder auf Deutsch. Ich kann das für euch dann auch übersetzen, wenn das nur auf Englisch sein sollte. Ja. Ja, das ist ja Kings. America first, not Trump. Okay. Steht da auf dem Schild, ist die Frau halt. Hallo, sprechen Sie auch Deutsch oder? You speak German or?
No, but I have a friend who does. I'm going to
perhaps
get her.
You can give me some statements in English, and I will translate it for my audience. I'm a YouTuber. I'm filming, live streaming demonstrations here in Berlin and the surroundings of Berlin.
Okay.
And today I want to visit your rally and. Yeah.
Okay.
What's the reason why you are?
I'm visiting Berlin from Indiana in the United States, and I am supporting the American way of democracy. We believe that everyone has a right to freedom of speech and person. And I wanted to say that we don't have kings in the United States.
Yeah, very interesting. But I just said to my audience that under the second Trump administration, there are some benefits for us Germans. We had a lot of censorship on social media, from Facebook to YouTube, and now they are rolling back the censorship, especially to COVID issues. They had locked several channels who were COVID critical, and now they are rolling back and giving them the channels back. What do you say to this?
Well, I'm not certain I completely understood your statement about Facebook. I have never felt like I was restricted on Facebook. I do feel restricted by the Trump administration, both the first time and even more now.
In what ways you feel restricted? In what ways you feel restricted?
I see people that are working diligently to care for our homeless, provide for our food banks, provide for our public schools, and he is taking funds away from those, and people feel threatened that shouldn't feel threatened. We have a son who does not look like us, but he is as American as we are. And he feels threatened because someone could pick him up off the street simply walking to work because he looks different.
Because he's a disabled person, he could pick him?
No, he just doesn't look like we do.
Okay.
He's of a different shade.
Okay.
And
color shade.
Color shade.
Skin shade.
Skin
color.
tone.
Okay.
And he could be pulled out only because of that.
Okay.
And even if he carries his American birth certificate, his license, and everything, just because he looks different, because they're just scooping people up.
But is it the legislation in the U.S. is state? Would you say it's to the states mostly in that case?
The president is encouraging that kind of action, not identifying who people are and that they have safety in our country, even if they have legal safety to be there.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So, ich will das mal übersetzen halt. Also diese Frau, ich habe jetzt vergessen, wo sie herkam, North Carolina oder so. Nagelt mich nicht darauf fest. Also sie hat gesagt, sie ist heute hier. Ich habe sie gefragt, warum sie heute dabei ist. Sie ist aus den USA woher gekommen, um für freie Rede zu stehen. Daraufhin habe ich dann gesagt, dass also aus unserer Sicht die zweite Trump-Präsidentschaft eher positive Sachen gebracht hat, was ich euch ja zu Anfang schon gesagt habe, dass also zum Beispiel in sozialen Medien jetzt weniger zensiert wird, zum Beispiel auf Facebook, aber auch auf YouTube. Dass sie zum Beispiel ja YouTube-kritische, Covid-kritische Kanäle dann da wieder freischalten wollen. Und da war ja doch unter Biden eine ziemlich starke Zensur auch da. Ja. Sie sagt jetzt, ihr Sohn, habe ich sie ja gefragt, warum, inwiefern sie jetzt findet, dass da unter Trump zensiert wird. Also hat sie gesagt, dass erstmal soziale Errungenschaften da irgendwie gestrichen werden, Sozialversorgung wird zusammengekürzt. Und dass ihr Sohn irgendwie, der wohl eine andere Hautfarbe hat und wohl auch behindert wäre, dass der dann rausgepickt werden würde und verhaftet worden würde oder so, oder kontrolliert werden würde, so in der Art halt, ja. Jo, ich schaue jetzt gleich nochmal bei euch rein. Stand jetzt einer hier neben mir. Jo, wie gesagt, ich würde das dann immer später übersetzen. Das ist jetzt doof, wenn ich jetzt mitten im Interview, das geht halt nicht, dass ich das dann für euch übersetze halt, ne? Das ist ein bisschen schlecht. Das wird er den Redefluss dann doch stark einengen, wenn man da ganz alleine ist halt, ne? So, können wir mal gucken hier. Ja, er hat ja offenbar da schon einiges gekürzt. Ich habe ja auch noch gesagt, dass ja eigentlich die Gesetzgebung bei den Staaten ist, bei den Bundesstaaten. Die Bundesstaaten haben ja dort eine sehr große Macht halt. Darum gab es ja sogar mal einen Bürgerkrieg. Das heißt ja immer, der amerikanische Bürgerkrieg ging um die Frage der Sklaverei. Nein, das ist nicht so. Es ging auch um die Staatsrechte, also die Souveränität der einzelnen Staaten, also den Südstaaten. In dem Fall natürlich ging es da auch um diese, gerade sehr wichtig, um diese Sklavenfrage, wobei der Lincoln diese Sklavenfrage erst in der Mitte des Bürgerkriegs aufs Tapet gebracht hat und die Befreiung der Sklaven, schwarze Sklaven, dann verkündet hat, wo es sehr schlecht stand für die Union. Die militärisch da ständig am Verlieren waren, noch wegen unfähigen Generälen, weil sie waren ja eigentlich, die hatten die deutlich größeren Ressourcen als die Südstaaten und ja, von der Produktion her, von den Menschenmassen auch. Aber sie hatten eben dann entweder unfähige Generäle oder die sehr zögerlich waren, wie der McClellan zum Beispiel zu Anfang, der war sehr, sehr zögerlich. Ja. Es ist nicht immer so, dass Generäle Krieg führen wollen, manchmal ist es auch umgekehrt halt. Ne? Weil die genau, erstmal setzen sie ja ihre, wie soll man sagen, ihre Privilegien aufs Spiel, wenn sie Krieg führen. Sie riskieren ihr eigenes Leben. Hallo. Und es könnte ihnen passieren, dass sie verlieren, dann fallen sie in Ungnade halt. Das ist eben das Ding. Deswegen ist das keinesfalls so, dass Generäle immer Krieg führen wollen. Also da habe ich so einiges anderes auch schon mitbekommen und gelesen. Hallo.
Ich war gleich so politisch.
Ja. Was ist da? Ach, ich dachte, die wären der Wilmersdorfer. Irgendwie habe ich da gelesen.
Ja, außerdem, also ich bin da etwas irritiert, aber ich mache jetzt gleich ein Rundum-Video und dann fahre ich da mal hin. Vielleicht sehen wir uns.
Jo. Wenn ihr da noch Fragen habt oder so, gucken mal. Wenn ihr doch mehr langsam hier, könnte doch interessant werden. Ne? So, ich habe das jetzt kurzerhand hier entschieden, hier hinzugehen, weil, guck gleich mal zu euch rein, muss ja mal ein bisschen Schatten. Ja, aber eigentlich am Samstag nicht so viel los ist. Ich hatte die ganze Woche hier mit anderen Sachen zu tun, privaten Sachen, unter anderem. Ich habe eine neue Kamera bestellt, eine zweite, das hatte ich ja schon mal angekündigt, die ist aber auch noch nicht da, dauert super lange alles. Aber gestern zum Beispiel kam dann ein Teil der Ausrüstung, und dann musste ich auch noch arbeiten und. Also war es im Moment nicht so gut möglich, jetzt zu anderen Streams zu gehen. Also zum Beispiel gestern war auch ein interessanter Stream da gegen Verfassungsschutz und so, wo ich auch gerne hingegangen wäre, aber das ging leider nicht. Jo, grüß dich, kleiner Willi. Der Ton ist ja wohl in Ordnung, hoffe ich, ne? So, dann machen wir das mal wieder vorne ran. So, mal wieder zurück. In der Sonne kann ich das wirklich schwer lesen. Knallt jetzt hier so schräg von hinten rein. Sehr flach. Aber wissen, haben wir heute mal schönes Wetter. 14 Grad im Moment. Ja, diese neue Kamera dient einerseits zu meiner Sicherheit. Die werde ich dann am Körper tragen. Die hat ein sehr großes Weitwinkelfeld. Weitwinkelige Aufnahme. Gute Qualität, brauchen wir auch kein Gimbal für. Ist eine Actionkamera. Und da ist dann zum Beispiel, wenn irgendwie was verdeckt wird, wenn Leute mir mit dem Schirm was zuhalten, ich halte das zum Beispiel hoch, das Stativ, dann kann ich dann unten drunter dann wegfilmen, das ist das eine. Aber auch, ja, wie gesagt, schon zu meiner Sicherheit, ich bin ja schon bedroht worden, auch schon mit Mord bedroht worden. Hier, da hat ja einer da am Chat vom Jahr geschrieben, dass er mich töten will. Ich wäre ein Sohn einer Hure und der will mich töten. Jo. Sowas kommt auch mal wieder vor. Ich habe jetzt kürzlich auch eine Anzeige da gemacht. In der anderen Sache auch wieder Bedrohung und Verleugnung. Muss man eben auch leider machen. Bisher habe ich das eigentlich immer gelassen, aber es geht auch irgendwann mal nicht mehr. Irgendwann geht es auch einfach zu weit. Halt. So, jetzt die Sonne mal hinter den Wolken. Sehr schön.
Ich habe ein bisschen Backen bekommen, darum lache ich bei diesem Backen. Also ich habe gehört, jetzt kommt Liebe.
Da haben wir ja noch jemanden. Vielleicht können wir den Kleinen da mal interviewen. Jo. Hier gibt es ja eine ganze Menge Amerikaner, die ja so, also die nennen das Expats, also die ja im Ausland wohnen, also in dem Fall hier bei uns. Die Amerikaner, die überall auf der Welt leben, sogar in der Ukraine. Ich folge da einem Amerikaner, der seine Wurzeln ursprünglich in China und in der Mongolei hat. Der heißt Johnny FD, das ist so ein Reise-YouTuber. Und ja, der wohnt in der Ukraine, wenn er mal nicht verreist. Ich gucke ja da überall, ich gucke ja auch russische Kanäle halt. um dann direkt vor Ort zu sehen, eben über chinesische, und dann mal ein bisschen vor Ort auch einen Eindruck zu kriegen, was geht da so ab, und verlasse mich da nicht nur auf die Nachrichten. Ja, weil das teilweise doch interessant auch ist, man da noch einen anderen Blickwinkel dann drauf kriegt, auf die Länder halt. Ne? Gerade wenn das jetzt nicht so Riesen-YouTuber sind, sondern wenn das so normale Leute eher sind. Ne? Immer noch jemand, da ist ja die Dame mit dem Kind.
Wofür streamen Sie denn, bitte schön?
Berlin TV.
Alles klar.
Ich habe auch eine Visitenkarte, wenn Sie die haben.
Ja.
Ja, einen Moment. Nee, warum soll ich Demo und Feiern über einen Presseausweis haben? Das war aber ein Deutscher, ganz offensichtlich. Ich habe ja eben gerade schon ein Interview geführt mit einer älteren Dame hier.
Sind alle deutsch.
Ja, war
Aber
klar.
für mich sind das generell keine Deutschen. Die Deutschen haben Kriterien zu erfüllen und das sind einfach nur Waschlappen und Verräter.
Okay.
Also du kannst ja heute Abend mal gucken, ich war ja in Lichtenberg.
Ja, habe ich gesehen, ja.
Hast du schon,
Ja.
Einige von denen sind jetzt in der Friedrichstraße.
Ja. Ja, es werden ja doch eine ganze Reihe Leute hier inzwischen.
Willst du ja noch nachgucken? Ich meine, so pünktlich sind die ja da auch nicht.
Schauen wir mal, ich denke, ich werde hier bleiben halt, ja. Palästinenser-Demo hatten wir beim letzten Mal und das war ja auch sehr interessant, aber es war ziemlich aggressiv. Wie fandst du denn das? Also dich haben sie auch vom Wagen runtergeschmissen, obwohl die dich kennen, du bist ja lange Unterstützer.
Nee, da
irgendwo
mussten
auch.
alle runter. Du musstest ja auch.
Ja, welche von denen durften da draufbleiben, habe ich gesehen. Also wie man ganz klar als Palästinenser erkennen konnte vom Äußeren her, ja. Doch. Da waren einige ständig auf dem Wagen auch. Ja.
Aber ich hatte mir vorher
Die waren ja sehr feindselig gegenüber der Presse. Alle werden über den Kamm geschoren. Also Lügenpresse wurde ja auch gesagt, deutsche Medien lügen. Also ich fand das ganz schön aggressiv. Also das in ganz Deutschland wird als faschistisch wurde da bezeichnet von dem einen
Redner.
Redner.
Selber meinten sehr wahrscheinlich nicht. Aber die sind immer sehr vorsichtig, weil ja die öffentlichen Medien. Also
Ja, aber alle über den Kamm zu scheren ist jetzt ein bisschen übertrieben.
ja,
Oder?
das ist richtig. Aber ich hatte wenigstens
Weil sie kriegen doch viel Unterstützung auch gerade von Deutschen. Also.
zumindest hatte ich von der Plattform aus über 2 Minuten Zeit gehabt, mal so rüber zu schauen, weil das war mir wichtig, damit man die
Hallo,
Hallo.
why are you here today?
Freut mich.
Oder sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Deutschen lieber. Aber
Ja,
du
gut.
kannst mich fragen, ich
Alles
werde
klar.
antworten.
Jo.
Also ich freue mich hier zu sein. Ich bin nur traurig, wenn Menschen sind gegen die USA. Denn die Amerika ist doch die einzige freie Weltmacht, die uns noch retten kann vor Diktaturen. Wir haben Iran, der durchdreht. Wir haben noch Nordkorea, der durchdreht. Da bleibt doch nur noch Amerika übrig. Heute war schöne Nachricht. Zelensky wird jetzt Freundschaft-Liebesvertrag abschließen mit Putin. Bin ich sicher, das kommt, weil Putin kann da nicht alleine auf der Welt. Wir haben 2 starke Menschen jetzt, Atomwaffen, Amerika und Russland. Also es geht in gute Richtung.
Ja, ich glaube, die sind nicht gegen die USA, das sind ja scheinbar US-Amerikaner, sondern gegen Trump. Also ich habe gerade eine Dame interviewt auf Englisch, die sagte, sie ist der Meinung, dass die Redefreiheit durch Trump eingeengt wurde. Und
Trump ist ein Mensch, wie sagt man dazu? Er will was machen. Und der Mensch ist so gebaut, er hat immer Gegner und Für und Gegner.
Können wir das so machen? Genau, nicht gegen die Sonne, sondern mit der Sonne. Ja, das ist für Sie vielleicht schlecht. Ja. Weil das ist für die Kamera besser.
Ja, es ist so, Leute, die gegen Trump sind. Freiheit wird nicht eingeschränkt. Als Politiker habe ich Gegner 4 Wörter und nicht 4 Wörter. Ja. Und der Trump muss was machen, denn er muss auch seine Idee durchsetzen. Und wenn das gute Idee ist, dann soll er doch durchsetzen.
Ja.
Ja? Habe ich gut gesagt?
Ja.
Er soll seine guten Ideen durchsetzen.
Ja, er nimmt ja immer in Verhandlungen auf mit Russland. Das war ja vorher nicht der Fall. Das ist schon mal besser, dass man verhandelt, die Diplomaten sprechen lässt, statt die Waffen sprechen lässt. Das ist ja schon mal, wie ich aus meiner Sicht finde, als Friedensbewegter schon mal positiv halt. Wie sehen Sie das?
Freut mich.
Alles klar. Jo,
Wenn was
danke.
ist, komme ich zu dir.
Alles klar.
Ja, das hoffen wir ja wohl, ne?
Schau ich nochmal bei euch rein.
Ich habe von dir Videos zu mir rübergezogen,
Ja.
zu diesem Thema Kind auf dem Arm. Warst du das gewesen?
Ja.
Daraus habe ich ein Thema gemacht.
Ja.
Ich weiß nicht, ob du da schon mal reingeschaut hast.
Nee, habe ich noch nicht. Der Mann, der hat ja gesagt, er wäre angeblich da nur durchgelaufen. Das stimmt wohl nicht. Eine meiner Moderatoren, die Kieler Sprotte, hat den Stream dann nochmal durchgeguckt und die hat ihn weiter vorne auch in der Demo mitlaufen sehen. Ne? Das Kind hat ja auch ein Partytuch aufgehabt, aber wie dem auch sei, das war natürlich nicht korrekt mit dem Kind und so.
Hatte das Kind nicht drauf. Also ich habe das ja ausführlich nur diese Szene ausgeschnitten.
Ja.
Und da weiß man nichts Genaues.
Ja, auf jeden
Aber
Fall
das ist schon eine Unart.
war das schon eine Unart auf
Vater
jeden Fall.
Mit Kind,
Ja. Der wäre bestimmt auch freiwillig mitgekommen, denke ich mal. Das macht ja nicht den Eindruck, dass er jetzt wegrennen will. Ja, das stimmt. Ja.
Da steht ja die Welt nicht.
Zum Glück haben sie ihn jetzt nicht noch zu Fall gebracht, das wäre wirklich der Hammer gewesen. Aber
Ja, und das Kind nach Möglichkeit auch.
ja. Ich meine, sowas haben wir ja auch schon bei der Berliner Polizei gesehen, auch Deutschen gegenüber, also nicht nur Menschen mit
Ja, bei der
Migrationshintergrund, sondern auch
Palästinenser-Demo, wo du
Deutschen,
das
die
erste Mal da warst, also
keinen Migrationshintergrund haben.
Potsdamer Platz, das war schon richtig
Alles gut werden. Alles wird gut
Das
werden.
wird sowieso gut werden, na ja, natürlich.
Wollen wir hoffen, ja.
So geht's ja bei
Nicht
dir.
rauchen, du gehst kaputt.
Nein. Ich brauche
Da
nicht.
mache ich mich zur Persona non grata bei den Amerikanern, weil da ist ja so, sind ja so raucherfeindlich.
Weltkrieg kommt.
Doch, der kommt. Das Volkes Wille, der dritte
Nein, der kommt
Weltkrieg ist
nicht.
in Planung.
Das sieht nur so aus. Menschen sind zu schlau.
Du kennst doch bei den Demonstrationen, wo dann dieser Zug, die Tante ist heute da. Ich habe da die Reden von der,
Wer ist da?
da etwas auf der anderen Seite. Und die Tante, die da auf den Wagen da war, ganz wertvolle Sachen von sich gibt, die ist ja heute dort. Ich habe denen erstmal ihren Namen geben lassen. Und es ist schon ganz vernünftig, was sie da redet.
So, wollen wir mal schauen, ob das losgeht. Wie spät haben wir es überhaupt? Die Uhr funktioniert ja auch, es müsste ja eigentlich schon begonnen haben. Ja. Gucken wir mal. Ich das mal wieder ran. Ja. Hallo, grüß dich.
Bei der Pali-Demo, hallo.
Ja, nee, ich wollte ja von Anfang an hierher gehen. Das hattest du doch in deinem Stream auch verkündet. Ja, da sind sie.
Even politicians who hate us, and oh, we ain't gonna let them get away with this. We ain't gonna let them get away with this. We ain't gonna let them get away with this. No dictatorship in the USA. Corruption, fraud, waste are the goals of the game. Too many crimes to even count or name. The top of troops surrounding everyone they can. Even politicians who take a stand. Oh, we ain't gonna let them get away with this. We ain't gonna let them get away with this. We ain't gonna let them get away with this. No dictatorship in the USA. The felons' numbers are finally coming down. More and more see he shouldn't wear a crown. Project 2025's a blueprint from hell. While oligarchies understood it's hard to steal. Oh, we ain't gonna let them get away with this. We ain't gonna let them get away with this. We ain't gonna let them get away with
Sie
this.
wiederholen ja immer,
Dictatorship
wir
in
lassen
the USA.
ihn nicht damit davonkommen, wir wollen keine Könige.
Millions to date. They mastered all the tactics to make us
Dass
hate.
Oligarchen
But
herrschen
history
würden.
teaches us that they won't win. Soon they're gonna pout and we're gonna grin. Oh, we ain't gonna let them get away with this. We ain't gonna let them get away with this. We ain't gonna let them get away with this. No dictatorship in the USA. There's more of us than them, and we're all coming out. Hands off, no kings is what we shout. Tyranny can't win when we all peacefully fight, because what they do is wrong and what we're doing is right. We ain't gonna let them get away with this. We ain't gonna let them get away with it. We ain't gonna let them get away with it. No dictatorship in the USA. We ain't gonna let them get away with it. We ain't gonna let them get away with it. We ain't gonna let them get away with it. No dictatorship in the USA.
Keine Diktatur in den USA.
Thank you very much.
No tyrants, no dictators, no oligarchs. Keine Tyrannen, keine Diktatoren, keine Oligarchen. Oligarch, das ist ein Gericht. Wenn du kriegst, bald kommt es in der Schule. Ich kann hier nicht wirklich sagen, sei nicht so ein Riesiger, okay? Für Space. Nicht, Schatzi, nicht, Schatzi, nicht, Schatzi, nicht, Schatzi.
Can you hear me? Yes. Can you hear me back there?
Könnt ihr mich hören? Kommt her. Kommt ran. Kommt näher ran.
Thank you, Eva Adams. That was great. We'll hear Eva again later. My name is Ann Wertheimer, and I'm chair of American Voices Abroad Berlin, AVA for short. AVA is a politically progressive group, independent of all political parties in the United States and in Germany.
Spricht hier für
Joining
AVA.
American Voices Abroad is a way of engaging in American civic life, even from here. Democracy, we think, is something you do. You do it as an individual, and you do it as part of a community. Doing democracy starts with voting, but it doesn't end with voting. Doing democracy continues here today as we join more than 2,600 rallies all over the United States.
Heute gibt es 2600 Veranstaltungen in den ganzen USA. Und sagt ja immer, Demokratie praktiziert man, führt man aus, alleine oder gemeinsam halt, auch durch Wählen.
In big cities, in smaller villages, in front of local public libraries, and in courthouse squares.
Die Demos werden in großen Städten, kleinen Städten,
we say
vor
no
Gerichten,
to
Plätzen
all
abgehalten,
tyrants.
auch an öffentlichen Plätzen. Wir stehen gemeinsam gegen Tyrannen.
No to all dictators.
Wir sind gegen
We
Diktatoren.
say no to the entire Trump administration.
Wir lehnen die Trump-Administration ab.
Especially here in Berlin,
besonders hier in Berlin.
We remember what happened when 20th century democracy yielded to fascism.
Sie erinnert
Will
daran,
we
was
learn
im 20.
from
Jahrhundert
this?
passiert ist, wo Demokratie im
Will
Faschismus
we have
gemündet
the
wäre.
courage to resist the actions that go against our shared democratic values?
Wenn sich gegen Aktionen, die gegen ihre demokratischen Werte
Coming here today and protesting is the first step.
hierher zu kommen, zu protestieren, ist der
Continuing
erste
to make
Schritt.
decisions that resist is the task before us.
Jeder
If
Schritt
you would
ist der
like
erste
to
Schritt
sign up for the AVA mailing list,
für die AWA.
Carol over here and Joan
Wer
over
sich da
there
eintragen will, die
have
Liste von der AWA oder AVA, der kann das dann nachher machen.
a list for you to sign up. I would like to introduce our keynote speaker.
Hier wird jetzt den Hauptsprecher
Afterwards,
vorstellen.
we will be reading letters from home. Letters about people's observations, thoughts, and feelings. Some are shocking. Some are sad. Others reveal what we might have not yet understood. Our keynote speaker, Tanya Dukas, has spent a lot of time in the United States. In the last years, she's been there more often than I have. Tanya is a Berlin-born author and journalist. Some of you know her from the Tagesspiegel, Die Zeit, die Süddeutsche Zeitung, the Berliner Zeitung, Die Welt, Jungle World, and Die Taz. Others may know her from Penn, Berlin.
Also diese Sprecherin
Or
ist so eine
you may
Journalistin,
even know
die bei
her
den
chocolate
Medien
project,
bei der Taz
Berliner
öffentlich-rechtlich
Stadtteil-Schokolade.
für die arbeitet.
Each variety, each taste portrays a different Berlin district. When we need an ally, Tanya answers the call. Okay, it works. Okay, die ganze Zeit. Hi. Ich bin gut zu verstehen. It's wonderful to see you all here. Oh. Can you hear me? Come here. Okay, I'm not good with these kind of things. It's really nice to see you. Like this? Yes. I'm not going to speak about the situation in the US because the Americans whose reports and letters we will soon hear, they do better with this than me. But I'm going to speak about the German-American relationship under Trump.
Sie wird über die deutsch-amerikanischen
I'm
Beziehungen unter
speaking as
Trump
a
sprechen.
German ally of the No Kings movement and as someone who has spent a great deal of time in the US. Even as a schoolgirl, I lived in Pennsylvania and South Carolina, and later, among other things, even closer. Okay.
South Carolina
I'm sorry.
gelebt. Wahrscheinlich als
Yeah, and I spent time at Villa Aurora in Los Angeles. You might know this place.
The current US president seems to have little use for egalitarian, human and cultural relations between countries. Even relationships between friendly countries are something he pictures as hierarchies rather than being based on equal terms and equidistance. Kings only have subjects, not partners on equal footing. But relationships can bring advantages that can't be expressed in the monetary numerical language of deals. The delicate tissue of encounters between people of different cultures takes time and needs to be developed and maintained over the long term. But all that clearly has little value for the erratic president and his team.
Trump würde eben Staatschef anderer Staaten von oben herab behandeln. Das hat sie auch noch gesagt.
Das geht schon. I majored in North American studies. American writers and thinkers are among the people who have shaped me most. It saddens me deeply to see how the language of the universities, the media and the arts is shifting in the US. The transatlantic relationship lives from the free exchange of ideas that is now becoming increasingly difficult. David Brooks, Ezra Klein, Heather Cox Richardson, Joyce Vance, Ta-Nehisi Coates, Siri Husfeld, Nicole Krauss, Brendan Taylor and Colson Whitehead, to name a few. So many people who inspired me come from the US, and the thought that the source of inspiration could dry up is incredibly disturbing. When this year's Nobel laureates were announced, I was again struck by how many US citizens were among them. But now scientific and medical research is being cut back with consequences that are felt far beyond the US. I am in touch with a number of universities and colleges that previously sent students to Berlin each year to improve their German and learn about the country. These are wonderful projects, and the professors who accompany the students are incredibly committed. These programs are now being threatened because not enough students are signing up for them. Why? At this time, non-US students who are studying at American universities are afraid they won't be let back into the US if they travel abroad. In fact, more and more foreign students are afraid to come to the US at all. Sorry for that. In the current climate of fear and intimidation, many international artists and writers, including from Germany, no longer dare to travel to the US to open exhibitions, give talks or readings, or take part in public conversations. Many German researchers no longer want to travel to the US because the bureaucracy has gotten so out of hand and paranoid. They are deciding to forego their sabbaticals, research trips, and other plans. One especially prominent center of German-American relations is the Villa Aurora in Pacific Palisades. Here too, artists from Germany chose not to travel to the 30th anniversary celebration this fall for fear of being harassed at the border or suffering other forms of reprisal. Economic relations between the US and Germany are also suffering due to Trump's tariff policies, which are a departure from the goal of a partnership of equal terms. Many such large and small decisions are contributing towards the tragic alienation of a partnership, alienation between our countries. And of course the larger picture also means the erratic stance of the US administration towards the NATO and the Ukraine. In times of multiple global crises, when solidarity is more urgently needed than ever, what kind of politicians foster 19th century style solipsism and isolationism? At the same time, in other ways, the US is meddling in other countries' politics, courting and endorsing the AfD. Isolation on the one hand, direct intervention when it seems politically opportune. But I am not one of those Germans who enjoy outdoing each other in anti-American slogans and speeches. The traditional German anti-Americanism, which often goes hand in hand with anti-Semitism, has played a part in undermining the German-American friendship. The 400,000 young Americans who lost their lives in World War II to end the Nazi dictatorship, the Berlin airlift, to which we hear oh so much, these things seem to be forgotten by a surprisingly large number of Germans. Criticism is always legitimate, but unfortunately Germany has also contributed toward damaging the German-American relationships.
Die Feindseligkeit hier innerhalb
There's a lot of arrogance
Deutschen,
here, I know it all attitude, a lot of prejudice about American society, which is seen in a much too monolithic way.
weist dann eben nochmal darauf hin, dass die
A fun
Amerikaner im
fact,
Zweiten Weltkrieg
in the Midwest, the bastion of Trump voters, people of German descent are by far the largest ethnic group. It's true, I checked it. Sadly, we recently lost a great transatlanticist, Richard Herzinger, preceded by Anton Landgraf. Two journalists, Herzinger, a libertarian, and Landgraf, decidedly on the left, who for decades had written expertly about transatlantic relations, without romanticizing, but with a great sympathy for the country. This is the kind of people we need now. On the level of transatlantic relations, our motto, no kings, means let's go back to partnership on equal footing, back to not threatening friends and whipping up fear. It means not understanding partnerships as top-bottom relationships, where one country's gain means another country's loss. It means also honoring and strengthening our subtle cultural and linguistic bonds. And now for us Germans. For us Germans, no kings also means no kings and no devils. Let's not demonize the whole country. There are 340 million people in the US, and not all of them voted for Trump. Actually, like 25% if you look at it in the large picture. We need to stay objective and unimpressed by theatrics in royal costumes. And of course, we too will play a role in determining how the transatlantic relationships develops in future. By the way, despite everything, today I'm very happy to be wearing a little pin which says German-American friendship and wunderbar together. Thank you so much.
Sie hat dann auch nochmal kritisiert, wie Trump dann mit NATO-Partnern umgesprungen sei, mit der Ukraine halt. Ja, und dass die NATO-Partner nicht auf Augenhöhe behandeln würde, sondern oben herab. Und deutsch-amerikanische Freundschaft müsste eben eine Beziehung auf Augenhöhe sein, das könnte ich da auch noch zu sagen. Ist schwierig jetzt da simultan das alles übersetzen, gleichzeitig dazu zu hören. Ich kann mir das noch nicht mal alles merken, sorry. Müsste man dann nachher vielleicht noch übersetzen. Hallo. Ja, no problem.
Because 20 feet away, nobody can hear it. It's the same thing you did in July. It's like a waste of time. Jesus.
Isn't this my thing? Hey! Ho ho! Donald Trump has got to go! Hey hey! Ho ho! Donald Trump has got to go! Hey hey! Ho ho! Donald Trump has got to go! Hey hey! Ho ho! Donald Trump has got to go! Hey hey! Ho ho! Donald Trump has got to go! Hey hey! Ho ho! Donald Trump has got to go! Hey hey! Ho ho! Donald Trump has got to go! Hey hey! Ho ho! Donald Trump has got to go! Hey hey! Ho ho! Donald Trump has got to go! Hey hey! Ho ho! Donald Trump has got to go! Hey hey! what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
When I say no, you say kings. No.
Kings.
No.
Kings.
No.
Kings.
What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it? Now! What do we want?
Justice!
Wir wollen Gerechtigkeit. Wann wollen wir das jetzt?
What do we want?
Justice!
I
Was
can't
wollen
hear
wir?
you. What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
No!
Kings!
No!
Kings!
No!
Kings!
Keine
No!
Könige.
Kings!
No!
Kings!
Oh, that's good. Love talking to you. How do you think the vibe would be?
Love, not hate, makes America great. 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 Makes
We fight back!
When fascists attack, we fight back. When fascists attack, we fight back. When fascists
Wir
attack,
wehren uns, wenn
we
Faschisten
fight back. When
angreifen.
fascists attack, we fight back. When fascists attack, we fight back. When fascists attack, we fight back. When fascists attack, we fight back. Attack.
Da hinten steht oft Paid Antifa-Proteste, also bezahlter Antifa. Das heißt, Demonstrant.
Maybe one more, yeah? Okay. That's a good fun one. We are immigrants.
When I say dump, you say Trump. Dump.
Trump!
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 Fuck.
Trump!
Are you speaking? Okay. Go ahead. Maybe if you stand on, can you stand on this? I can give it to you once you get up.
Thank you, Tanya Dickers. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Schlecht.
No. Talk very close to the mic.
Yeah, you have to talk as loud. Yeah, you have to just get it closer to your mouth.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. You gotta shout.
I get to read 2 letters from home. The first letter is from my cousin in Florida. He's over 90 years old. He writes, "It is tragic as well as ironic that our lives are bookended by fascism, which our parents fled in the 30s and which we now face in our old age. Here's the second one. And all of you who would like to read letters from home,
Also sie will
come up
jetzt
and
Briefe
use
irgendwie aus den
one of the
USA
megaphones.
vorlesen.
I'm so sorry that I can't be there to stand with you all in solidarity and unity. I'm on stage playing Dolly Levy in the musical Hello, Dolly. Rest assured that I am raising my voice for democracy, diversity, and equality, and maybe presenting an American musical about the power of love, kindness, and unwavering hope is its own form of protest. We are so much more than this horrific moment. Stand tall and raise your voices. Signed, Gail Tufts.
Got it? Yeah, I do.
So can you hear me? Okay. Can you hear me now? Let me talk loud. All right. Another letter from home. The Trump administration has created a blitzkrieg of actions which are appearing one after the other in almost daily fashion. These actions cover every aspect, little breeze from our friends, every aspect of our daily lives, although some have more immediate effects than others. We know federal workers who have lost their jobs and are now dependent on unemployment insurance and have found some other jobs. Food banks are running out of supplies to meet increased demands. The list of these immediate effects goes on, but the worst is yet to come. Medicaid, for one example. The new rules go into effect soon. Also, more social welfare is being passed back to the states, some of which will not be able or willing to take on these responsibilities. This has the potential to disrupt the life of millions of poor Americans. Then there's the potentially devastating outcomes resulting from drastic cuts at CDC, FEMA, NOWA, and other federal agencies that help us predict and manage recovery from disasters and epidemics. However, there is a result that people are starting to contemplate that is much worse. America becoming a failed state, a country in name only, but one where power is not determined by fair voting systems, but rather by the gang in charge. This could easily become a country where actual physical violence on behalf of political beliefs is commonplace. Now, for good news. No Kings has gone from a small movement to a major force that must be acknowledged. And by the way, those who registered today are being counted in this number along with 18 other countries that are supporting America. The October 18th events are likely to be double in size from the June 14 protests, which were already widespread and historical even at that point. Let's write history again. Amen. Major news outlets are already covering the October 18th events. This includes the New York Times, Washington Post, NBC News, CNN, and Fox News. Although it is only speculation on my part, I think No Kings is attracting many people who have not been politically active in the past. To keep this movement growing and energized, we have an event that should be a gift for No Kings, the 250th anniversary of the start of the American Revolution. The seminal event for this country rejecting the idea of a king ruling over people. How convenient and synchronistic. So in spite of all the horrible things Trump has done, I remain hopeful.
Also da wurde unter anderem beklagt, dass für andere arme Amerikaner, dass die
I want to clarify, Trump's ICE isn't just doing photo ops for show. They are at war with us now. They are ignoring our constitutional rights and using violence and intimidation now. You may not realize this if you don't live in a target city or part of a community with a lot of immigrant families. But they are down my block, crouching in their SUVs with guns until they see Latinos who take whoever they think that they can meet their quota. The guy heading up the operation here, Greg Brovino, told his agents to illegally detain based on race, and so this is what they're doing. Brovino openly admitted this to the press. We're walking parents' kids home from school so that their parents can stay inside to avoid detention and separation from their children. We're patrolling our neighborhoods and around our schools to protect our neighbors, because this is what Americans do! ICE illegally, without a warrant or due process, abducted a family of four with a 9-year-old girl named Dasha, who had been my daughter's classmate in pre-K. The family had gone downtown from my neighborhood where they live and attend church and school and work for a sunny day at the Millennium Park. ICE managed to get the father to a detention center in Texas before lawyers could free the rest of the family, including Dasha and the 2-year-old boy and the mother, who was being held in O'Hare for days at a facility not meant to keep people even overnight. So no one that was cold and were cold and without basic needs. They are traumatizing children using violent threats against families. A neighbor was allowed to bring them clothes while they were detained. The 9-year-old Daksha translated for her family the whole time that they were being abducted. Our community funded legal defense to free them and to, as yet unsuccessfully, free and return the father too. They were all detained against their constitutional rights. So I just want to give y'all a reality check. Feds are invading our neighborhoods and terrorizing us now. Federal agents are not allowing the law and not allowing or following rules of engagement that protect us and keep us safe. This is not abstract. This is not just some fake news on your TV. It is happening on my block, in my neighborhood, in my city today. This is dictatorship. This is fascism. Help do something. Get off your sofa and pretend and participate.
Can you hear me?
Er braucht kein Megafon.
Fuck the megaphone. 3 letters from America. 1. Long day in Atlanta working for democracy. First, I volunteered at the voter registration booth in Candler Park. Last day to register for the November 4 election is October 6th. Then joined a candlelight vigil with the theme, Unite in Light. Democracy dies in darkness. 2, I try not to listen anymore to what's going on politically here. I hope we can survive the next years of Trump's presidency. Discourages me so much. I don't know what you can tell the people over in Germany. There's not much good news. 3, I wish somehow every single Trump voter lived under his rules and policies and endured the subsequent conditions, and everybody else lived the old way. That should make both sides happy and seems fair. From Tucson, Arizona.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Good. Below is an excerpt from a text from a lawyer friend and a Democratic voter. So I'm just going to get down to the text.
Use the megaphone.
Yeah?
Use the megaphone.
Okay. If it's necessary. Hello?
No,
I don't,
it's
oh,
not
you have to hold the button. Is that better? Yeah, okay.
Hold it close to your mouth.
Hold it very close. Mwah. When you ask why I am not at protests, why these young people aren't protesting, we saw this coming years ago, said a lawyer, a friend of someone's friend who is a lawyer. We both scrubbed our social media accounts for all the same reasons. Terrifying is one word. The First Amendment has been bound and gagged. My friend has always been a fighter, but I see now that the dictatorship impacts people differently, and some lie low. It is okay to lie low as long as you are still fighting in some form. Given what we know from history and from our own observations, dictators even come for those who lie low. So how do we give those opposed to authoritarian rule a smorgasbord of ways to stay in the fight that fits their comfort level? And how do we shift strategies when violence erupts? And another question, and with technology tracking our every move, how to keep our right to free speech? And when that is suppressed, how do we form underground resistant networks when the situation forces us to do so? These are very important questions, and stay with American Voices Abroad to get some good answers.
So, auf dem einen Plakat, da steht auch no Kings, no Kleptokrats, also keine Könige und keine, also Kleptokraten sind die Herrschaft der Diebe sozusagen, könnte man das umschreiben mal.
Can everybody hear me?
Kleptokratie.
Can you hear me now?
A little closer.
Closer to my mouth. Can you hear me now? Okay. Here's another letter from stateside. This seems like an ideal time not to be stateside. What a shit show the country is right now. Shit show. Mr. DeCilio, our government civics teacher, Mr. DeCilio, our government civics teacher in high school, is turning in his grave. I have to monitor how much I follow. Daily injustice on so many fronts. Micro and macro damage. I have turned into an old lady warning people to be careful of ice. Bonnie Woods.
Press that button beside.
All right, can you hear me? More or less now? All right, okay. This is another letter, okay, not mine. I wrote an acquaintance in Chicago. Alex is an attorney who has done outstanding work in environmental protection. Hi, Alex, we're worried. Greets from Berlin, I wrote. Alex wrote, hasn't affected me yet. Weather has been beautiful. My reply, seriously? Have you lost all interest? I am interested, Alex responded. Just saying that a showy display of force isn't affecting life much. This is from Chicago, kind of amazing, if I may give a comment. Anyway, and we have the comfort of knowing we will be in happy Berlin for a visit. It does give you an idea of what will happen if the EU goes for mass deportation.
Come here, you want to hold my shoulder? I have hers. Hold it. Okay. Okay, I'll do my best. Okay.
You have to hold it really close, really close.
Is that good? Okay. So this is Okay, this is September 25 from Bart, a neighbor from years ago when he lived in Berlin. Bart writes, just this weekend I got an email from a friend from Munich who amazingly offered his getaway on the Scharmützelsee near Berlin if we were to feel compelled to leave the States in any future purge of left-leaning American citizens. I find I now have a three-tier strategy. 1. I live in Western Washington State, a historically tolerant blue state. Never really thought I would become a staunch advocate of states' rights. 2. We live 1 hour's drive away from Canada. That might offer another safe haven. 3. There's always Europe as a last resort. I am theoretically eligible for Polish citizenship. So although it is a very long shot, we might actually be neighbors again. Your friend, Bart.
All right, Bart.
Also gibt es ja Leute, die darüber nachdenken, das Land zu verlassen, entweder nach Kanal
Can you hear
zu
me
gehen
now?
oder hier nach Europa.
Good. This is a letter from Washington, D.C., where people are alive and active. Since the onset of the occupation of Washington, D.C., a group of local activists called D.C. Citizens has been organizing ongoing smaller neighborhood protests, and they have big plans for today, October 18. D.C. Citizens will be joining the D.C. Activist Street Band and marching from the American History Museum to the Indivisible stage. We are inviting other groups to join us and find creative ways to identify themselves and pass out information as we move along the crowd. Now is our chance to help inform people who haven't been active and help them get plugged in. DC Citizens will be dressing as founding fathers. and other historical figures. And we'll be passing out, guess what? The Declaration of Independence. We'll be linking the Declaration to a web page that shows the comparisons between the founding of America and what we are facing today. Let's support them all.
I would like to interrupt. I've got a lot of questions. Some people want to say something. Let's call this second hour an open mic. And there's somebody here who wants to say something. One person is first, second, and then anybody else just come up here. Who was the first person?
You said I was going to be the first.
Oh, yes, right behind me.
Zum letzten Brief da, dass sie heute da in Washington da eine Demo machen, wo sie sich als die Gründungsväter der Vereinigten Staaten verkleiden und dann da die Verfassung halt verteilen. Alle dicken Leute da auf der Straße.
I felt the same way. I had to take my jacket off.
No!
Also die Constitution heißt es ja bei Ihnen die Verfassung.
No! No! Stop! 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 Fuck!
All right.
Berlin TV.
My fellow Americans.
Nee, nachher dann noch, Moment.
We are in a unique position here in Berlin. We are 6 hours ahead of the East Coast of the U.S. Anything we say and do here, now, today at this protest, can influence and inspire our brothers, sisters, families, and friends back home in America. So video, photograph, post everything you can immediately on Facebook, Instagram, Truth Social, Blue Sky, whatever channels you advertise on. Sure. Here it goes. Let's be clear. Trump has made it okay to be ugly in America. Trump has made it okay to beat up people. Trump is a liar, a lawbreaker, a baby, and a thief. Repeat that with me. Trump is a liar, a lawbreaker, a baby,
ein Gesetzesbrecher, ein Baby und ein Dieb.
Trump posts wildly false statements about American cities online, that those cities are a wreck, a war zone, that they're going to burn down without his help. Yet often it's only a few hundred people in one part of town, and not even a few dozen. Trump is a liar. A lawbreaker, a baby, and a thief. Trump publicly insisted he had nothing to do with Program 2025, yet in private he fully supported the program. Trump is a liar, a lawbreaker, a baby, and a thief. Trump and a rapist. Trump orchestrated a false campaign to change the outcome of the 2020 elections and still claims that election was stolen. Yeah. Trump is a liar, a lawbreaker, a baby, and a thief, and a racist, and a pedophile. Claiming a commitment to chase down real criminals. Trump has released more JFK, MLK, Amelia Earhart files, yet has yet to release the Epstein files. Trump is a liar, a lawbreaker, a baby, a thief, a racist, and a pedophile. Trump says his great, big, beautiful bill will provide the middle class with a safer, more stable life, when in fact healthcare costs will increase and in many cases double for Americans. Trump is a liar, a lawbreaker, a baby, a thief, a rapist, a pedophile, and a racist.
What Trump is doing in America right now is the same what Putin is doing in Russia, the same that the Chinese Communist Party is doing in Hong Kong, the same that Kim Jong-un is doing in North Korea, the same that the Nazis did here in Germany. Trump is controlling the public and eliminating free speech. Trump is a liar, a lawbreaker, a baby, a thief, a racist, a pedophile, and a racist. There is no terrorist organization in the USA. Trump administration is the terrorist organization. Trump is creating terror. He does not want unity. He does not want to bring America together. He wants to break America apart. Trump is a liar, a lawbreaker, a baby, a thief, a rapist, a pedophile, a racist. 62.5% of eligible Americans voted in the last presidential election. Trump won the election with 49.8% of the vote. That means only 32.5% of Americans in public put Trump in office. This is not a mandate. This is a joke. Trump is a liar, a lawbreaker, a baby, a thief, a rapist, a pedophile, a racist.
Das vergisst er dabei zu sagen. Und die ist da traditionell hat.
Because he did not win, Trump still claims that the election he lost in 2020 was stolen. Trump is a liar, a lawbreaker, a baby, a thief, a rapist, a pedophile, a racist. And a Nazi. Trump claims he supports clear, honest elections, yet he pardoned the very people who rioted and tried to block the public vote. Trump is a liar, a lawbreaker, a baby, a thief, a rapist, a pedophile, a racist. Trump says that his speech at the United Nations was well received. When most of the country's representatives listening dropped their jaws and could not believe when he started talking about how he would have renovated the floors with marble. Trump is a liar, a lawbreaker, a baby, a thief, a rapist, a pedophile, a racist. Trump fired the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics because he thought the numbers made him look bad. Trump is a liar, a lawbreaker, a baby, a thief, a rapist, a pedophile, a racist, and a loser. Trump claims climate change is a hoax or a con when the latest figures show that the sea has warmed up more than ever in history. Trump is a liar, a lawbreaker, a thief, a baby, a thief, Trump and a loser. Trump says he's all in for the American farmers when they're going bankrupt because of his tariffs. Yet he is supporting Argentina with $20 million. A lawbreaker, a leaf. Now let's get this clear. There is no radical left. There is no organized Antifa terrorist group. This is not an anti-American protest. There are no... There are no paid foreign agitators. This is political opposition. This is political opposition to a fascist who is in power. This is an American protest against an American president who falsely believes he is the only one who gets to make choices. Trump is a wannabe dictator, a fascist. If opposing Trump is Antifa, then I am Antifa. You are Antifa. We are Antifa. Because we are anti-fascist and anti-Trump. If you know an American who did not vote, who thought it does not matter who the president is, then point out to them the narcissistic, egotistical jerk, the blithering idiot, the incompetent moron, the 4-year-old in man's clothing who is now the President of the United States, and ask them, are you happy? Trump is a liar, a lawbreaker, a baby, a thief, a rapist, a pedophile, a racist, a loser. Trump is not, we are not a terrorist organization. The Trump administration is a terrorist organization. We
are not terrorists. We are patriots. We are not terrorists.
We are patriots. We are the political opposition. We oppose Trump's policies. We oppose his embarrassing behavior. We oppose his hosting indicted war criminals in the USA. We oppose his using military against their own people. We oppose turning the Justice Department against those who've hurt his ego. We oppose releasing the files on JFK, MLK, Amelia Earhart when the rotting stench of the Epstein files still sits in Trump's lap. We oppose totally unqualified people becoming our government leaders. We oppose high government officials who constantly shove their heads way up Trump's ass.
Mr. Zuckerberg, etc.
We oppose the lily-livered legislative representatives who are too afraid to speak up. We oppose drilling for more oil when wind and solar are the future. We oppose opening up federal lands to mining and corporate profit. We oppose incredibly expensive planes with multi-million-dollar retrofits as personal gifts. We oppose wasting our tax dollars on gold gildings and ballrooms when America has the greatest number of people in poverty in the industrialized world. We oppose appointing idiots who want to sell more cars to lead the EPA. We oppose our health services being led by steroid-gulping, TikTok-believing, no-science background, vaccine-denying clowns. We oppose a Supreme Court made up of brown-nosing lackeys. We oppose firing people simply because they are black or female and have some power. We oppose the head of the World Wrestling Federation becoming the head of the Department of Education. We oppose entirely unqualified, simple-minded people being the leaders of our institutions. We oppose deporting people without trial. We oppose inducing terror on our streets. We oppose pardoning insurrectionists. We oppose removing General Milei's portrait simply because he hurt the little baby ego by questioning him too much. We oppose arresting people because they're brown or speak Spanish. We oppose deporting 3,000 people a day. We oppose the turning Gaza into a rich man's Riviera. We oppose pardoning a tax fraud, witnessing tampering, convicted felon and appointing him to the embassy of France. We oppose appointing the richest man in the world to fire people without consequence. We oppose attacking universities by cutting their funding unless they bow to one man's will. We oppose blocking law firms from governmental business unless they do the same. We oppose censoring late-night comedians with backroom financial deals or blatant ones. We oppose kicking the press out of the Pentagon or the White House meetings simply because they report unflattering news or question the asinine assumption of naming a body of water that nobody owns. We are the political opposition. We are the Americans who oppose fascism. We oppose Donald Trump. We support the promises of our Constitution, that we are created equal, that we have the right to speak freely, that we enjoy equal protection under the law, that we believe what we want, that we can choose our leaders without reprisal. Trump is bent on a vengeful, destructive, lawless campaign of behavior. The Trump administration is a terrorist organization. We
We are anti-fascist. We are anti-Trump.
Yes.
We want him out. So we go, no kings twice and Trump out now. No kings. No kings. 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 Trump out now.
I know she's coming. Okay, okay. Oh, so sorry.
My name is Steph Dupre and I was born in Santa Monica, California.
Hell yeah!
Who standing here is American? Who standing here loves an American? I went to school with a guy named Joe. Joe then went to college with a guy named Tucker. Ooh, here we go. I met Tucker through a friend when I was visiting my friend Joe in college. Tucker went on to have a great career as a TV writer, and he met a wonderful woman named Barbara. She was a documentarian from Brazil, here 100% legally. Tucker and Barbara got married 3 months ago. And 2 weeks ago, she had her green card interview as Tucker's wife. After the successful interview, she was taken around a corner at the courthouse and handcuffed.
Oh.
For 5 days, we did not know where Barbara was.
Oh, God.
She has awards as a documentarian from Brazil working in Los Angeles. She is a well-known person with wealthy connections. It took us 5 days to locate her in Louisiana. I was calling along with 3,000 other people to get the senators of Louisiana to locate Tucker's wife. After 2 weeks, she has been released back home to America, her home. Barbara has money. She has connections. She is married to a straight white man who went to a high university. Most people being taken by ICE do not have these resources, and yet it is happening every day. My best friend Christine lives in Chicago. She has a 7-year-old. I asked her what she was doing with ICE on the streets, and she said, oh, you know, we joined the neighborhood watch. Every day after school, all the white parents go and stand outside so they don't take any more parents because they've already taken 2. This is everyday life for children and for parents in the United States. I have the privilege of living in Berlin. I have an Anmeldung and a visa from a country that is interested in what I can provide economically and socially. That is a gift and a privilege for me as an American in a foreign country. Yes. We have people in the United States who have been there for decades, who have businesses, who have raised families, who have paid taxes, who have given their lives, their livelihoods, and their families to making the United States a great country. For the first time in many of these migrants' lives, as Americans, people living on American soil, they are being taken out of their homes. They are being ripped from their jobs and their families. And many are being sent to places they have never been, or countries they have not seen since they were children. Barbara, my friend Tucker's wife, spent 5 days in a cell with a thin blanket. She is a wealthy 30-something documentarian with resources. And she spent 5 days freezing. If this happens to people like us, people who can live in Berlin and be tourists in Germany, there is no more safety for anyone. And think of what is happening to people who have less privilege than we do. We have a unique situation as Americans living abroad, traveling abroad, being able to be in community in different countries. As we are in community together right now, we have to take forward this anger. Look at the people next to you. You are not alone. This is twice the size of the protests we had in June because we are fucking pissed. If you want to do something as an American, you go home and you call your senators. You call your local mayor. You call your parents, your children, your siblings, and you encourage them to call. We can't do much abroad, but we can at least spread information. Yes. You have a responsibility to turn on your expensive fucking SIM card and call your representative. You standing here are more patriotic than every single person in the White House, than Stephen Miller, than Caroline Leavitt. You are Americans. You are the patriots, and God bless us patriots.
Bei dieser Frau geht es offenbar um eine Brasilianerin, die, nachdem sie da die Green Card Papiere da überreicht bekommen hat, dann festgenommen wurde und dann da von der ICE, von dieser Immigrationsbehörde, festgenommen wurde. Niemand wusste, wo sie war, und sie wurde dann in Louisiana irgendwie lokalisiert und hat dann da, wo sie sehr wohlhabend ist, da in einer Zelle mit dünnen Laken geschlafen.
Beats! Beats! Drums! Blow! Bugles blow! Through the windows! Through the doors! Burst like a ruthless force into the solemn church and scatter the congregation into the school where the scholar is studying. Leave not the bridegroom quiet. No happiness must he have now with his bride, nor the peaceful farmer any peace, plowing his field or gathering his grain. So fierce you were, and pound your drums, so shrill your bugles blow. Beat, beat, drums, blow, bugles blow. Over the traffic of cities, over the rumble of wheels in the streets, are beds prepared for sleepers at night in the houses? No sleepers must sleep in those beds. No bargainers, bargains by day. No brokers, nor speculators. Would they continue? Would the talkers be talking? Would the singer attempt to sing? Would the lawyer rise in the court to state his case before the judge? Then rattle quicker, heavier drums, you bugles wilder blow. Beat, beat, drums, blow, bugles, blow. Make no parley, stop for no sorry, that one's a hard word. Expostulation. Mind not the timid the young man. Let not the child's voice be heard, nor the mother's entreaties. Make even the trestles to shake the dead where they lie awaiting the hearses. So strong you thump, oh terrible drums! So loud you bugles blow!
I just want We're going to be here until 4 o'clock.
Wow.
Then we have to leave.
Okay.
Okay. That, by the way, was Walt Whitman. I don't think anyone here. You just have to see
15, 20.
We have to leave. We have to leave here.
It's not working.
Okay. Okay, we're not done yet. We got another half hour. Woo-hoo!
Eine halbe Stunde haben wir noch.
At 4 o'clock, we have to leave here. Okay? That was Walt Whitman. Who was next?
Ja, Walt Whitman war ein amerikanischer Schriftsteller aus dem 19. Jahrhundert, der zu Zeiten des Bürgerkriegs dann auch gelebt hat, als Schriftsteller und Journalist. Also daher kenne ich ihn. Weil ich mich da mal intensiver mit dem amerikanischen Bürgerkrieg auseinandergesetzt habe. Da gab es ja auch mal eine gute Doku vom dritten Programm. Ja? Der Tyler. Damals noch auf VHS aufgenommen und gesammelt. Die findet man, glaube ich, auch auf YouTube. Ja. Und Bücher habe ich da natürlich auch drüber gelesen.
I'm going to speak briefly about the Veterans and Military Families Global Caucus of Democrats Abroad.
Louder. You have to speak louder.
I'm going to speak briefly about the Democrats Abroad Veterans and Military Families Global Caucus. It's one of the best kept secrets of the Democrats abroad. It advocates for the interests and for the problems of military families overseas and for veterans who live overseas and in some countries have a hard time accessing their health care. The Global Caucus advocates for these people. The Global Caucus has also passed resolutions for retaining trans members of the military back during the first time around. And that resolution was adopted by the Democratic National Committee with a unanimous decision back at that time. The Democrats Abroad Military Caucus also provides the military plank for the Democratic platform. Now, not every word is taken word for word, but nonetheless, we do our part. One more time.
Louder.
Louder.
Yes, please.
Okay. One of the very important things Democrats Abroad does is provide wreaths to commemorate veterans at the American cemeteries in France, Belgium, Luxembourg, and the Netherlands. There are, of course, none in Germany. Those who found in Germany are buried in France.
I don't do that.
One of the things that is also one of the well-kept secrets, those American soldiers who end up in the hospital facilities out in West Germany end up without anything besides just the clothes they have. They can't even walk down the hall in their, because they have nothing but their hospital gowns. So they also gather clothes for these people and gather funds to get clothes for these people. I thank you very much for your kind attention.
Thank you.
Can folks hear me?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. My name is Grace, and I am a proud transgender woman who fled New York City 2 months ago for my life.
Oh, God.
I'm going to tell you a story. I hosted a going away party at my favorite queer bar in Brooklyn the week that I left, and I was blessed to have all of the best people in New York there to love on me. We sang and we danced and we cried and we laughed, and it was perfect until it wasn't. My friend pulled me aside midway through the night and pointed out a younger, skinny man with a mustache who was there alone. He was wearing a shirt by a band named Burzum, which is a project by a famous Nazi named Varg Vikernes. Burzum doesn't contain any explicit Nazi references or anything that might raise eyebrows, and some ignorant people still think that it's a genuinely good metal album. Varg did 15 years for stabbing his guitarist to death over a row about race and burning down half a dozen churches in Norway. I was having fun, the guy looked harmless, and he was in a queer space, so I gave him the benefit of the doubt. But I watched him continue to chat up my friends and follow me around the bar. At one point, though, I saw another friend of mine talking to him, and she was getting really animated. I walked over to interject and realized she had also clocked the Nazi shirt. She was interrogating the man until I butted in, at which point he immediately turned his attention to me. He started asking if I was selling drugs, or if I knew anyone in the bar who was. I responded by asking him why the fuck he was wearing a Nazi death metal shirt in my queer bar. He feigned ignorance until I calmly explained that I knew that the lead singer was a convicted hate criminal, murderer, and arsonist. His tone changed immediately, and he started spouting Nazi dog whistles, which are subtle phrases meant to goad someone into discussing far-right ideology. I'm just asking questions and trying to start a conversation. People need to know that the left is cannibalizing itself and that they are in danger of being radicalized. I pretended I couldn't hear him, and I invited him outside for a cigarette to be in earshot of the bouncer. Once we were through the doors, I offered him the cigarette and tried to de-escalate the situation by explaining that he was frightening my friends, and that even if he was just an edgelord trying to start some bullshit subversive discourse, he was no longer welcome here. I said that I had zero proof that he was not a Nazi, and that I assume every creepy stranger is one at these days, until proven otherwise, and that I had one big, glaring piece of evidence that he could be. Now the tone really flipped, and he started yelling at me, asking me, "What the hell are you doing for mutual aid to help your community?" I said that I did a lot. I rooted out fascist infiltrators in my safe spaces, but he kept interrupting me, asking me if I was making medicine or synthesizing hormones. I responded with a big smile that I was a witch and that I made essential oils and protection potions. At this point, the bouncer had clued into the conversation, Googled his shirt, and walked over with a photo of the lead singer in front of the ashes of a church he torched. Finally, he yelled, "Screw you, I'm going to blank," another queer bar in Williamsburg. I called every person I knew there and went back inside, visibly shaking from the interaction. I wanted so badly to feed him some concrete, but I held back because that's what they want. Since I was the nexus of the event, he wanted me to create a scene so I'd be the one to get banned and arrested, and he could use me as an example of the propaganda he was peddling. I explained the whole thing to my remaining friends and the bar staff, and we sadly left early instead of closing it down one last time. I didn't sleep or eat for 2 days, And all I kept thinking was that the only two people who noticed this guy, including myself, were my friends from out of town. Not a single Brooklynite in a famous queer bar clocked his POS. I won't make that mistake again. Fascism has always been here, but now it's out of the closet and deep in our American spaces. Fascism sneaks into our society just like this scumbag snuck into my favorite bar. If we don't nip this in the bud immediately, our safe spaces will disappear and this cancer will continue to proliferate. So what do? Find a local Antifa group that's not a terrorist organization, that is an anti-fascist organization. Learn the dog whistles and symbols, train in self-defense and de-escalation, and teach all of your friends. If you tend a bar back home, print out a sheet with this information, laminate it, and tape it to the wall. Collect emergency numbers from all of the other bars in your area, laminate them, and tape it by the register. If you clock a fascist, tell the bar to kick them out immediately. And if they don't leave, tell everyone you know and stop giving that space your business. Let the bouncer handle the dirty work, but make sure you at least get a photo of the person or a description and send it to every number on that list. Yes! Every creepy stranger is a Nazi until proven otherwise in America these days. Yes. To wrap up, this was both the worst and best way my party could have ended. It scared the shit out of me and my friends, made it impossible to ignore, and put us all on high alert. Nazis weren't elected by promising the Holocaust. Fascism relies on you underestimating it. Yes. Finally, to any cis, queer allies, and especially to cis, white gay men in our queer spaces, it is your duty to step in and protect your trans cousins who are under attack right now. This has not and will not stop with immigrants or trans people. Hold your people close and keep them safe. We're all we've got and we're all we need. Thank you.
Ich kann das mal kurz zusammenfassen, was die Transfrau da erzählt hat. Die erzählt von einem, sie waren in ihrer Bierbar da in New York. Und da hat sie einen jungen Mann gesehen mit Schnurrbart, irgendwie der eine T-Shirt von einer Band namens Bursum getragen hat.
All right. My name is James. I'm 17 years old. A 16-year-old friend of mine is a scholarship student at an elite high school in the United States. She wanted to organize a protest against this powerful institution's silence in the face of the actions of the Trump administration. A peaceful protest among high school students on one of the most wealthy and privileged campuses in America. She was called into administration's offices and told that her protest could not take place because it put the families and the students who were international students and undocumented at risk. By organizing this protest, she would have put her friends, her co-organizers, her fellow students at risk of being deported. This is not unrealistic. There have been ICE raids 15 minutes away, and as our previous speakers have shown, there is no amount of wealth or power that will protect you from the Trump administration. She backed down, because how could she not? How could she put her friends at risk like that? Because we're motivated by love. She's motivated by love. Our side is motivated by love of our fellow citizens. And they know that. They know that. And that's how fascism works. They didn't have to take a raid. They didn't have to send ICE in. It was the threat that was enough because we care about each other. But that thing that makes us vulnerable is also their strength because, as prominent Democratic politicians have said, Trump does not give a fuck about the people who work for him. And his administration will come down. And when Trump comes down, then you best believe the history of this country has shown us I was just following orders will not be an excuse. We are the side of love and they are the side of fear, and fear in this case has the entire might of the state at it, but love comes more naturally than fear. And so if people can learn to fear, then they can be taught to love. And the love we show here today is what will take down the Trump administration, because we say today, ich bin ein Chicagoer, ich bin ein Ausländer, wir stehen zusammen. We stand together, privileged, non-privileged, outside of America, inside of America, because Nuremberg will come. Justice will come, and that is the work we have started today. That is the work that our grandparents did in this very city 80 years ago when they liberated it from the Nazis, because fascism never wins, and that's why we're here today.
I have a letter here I wanted to read some of and say some words about from a friend of mine who is not able to, she's still in the U.S., but she's unable to protest. She says, "I'm not able to protest because I work in the finance industry, an industry dominated by Republicans and where political dissent can quietly cost you your career. My company is supportive, but the culture around me is not always welcoming of my difference in opinion. But please know my absence doesn't mean silence. I stand with everyone here who is brave enough to show up, to speak truth, to provide power by presence. I'm proud of you for raising your voices today. You carry the voices of so many of us who can't stand beside you, but who believe that democracy is worth protecting. We are citizens, not subjects, and will not be ruled by kings." And I wish I had another letter from another friend, but he doesn't want to say even anonymized words because he works for the federal government and is afraid that anything he says, any act of resistance, will come back to bite him. He has already been fired and rehired once by Doge, and he is worried about his job. And I want to say to you, thank you all for coming, because it's not just people getting swept up off the street. It's people whose jobs are on the line and they fear speaking out. You all, if you're an American citizen living abroad, you can still vote in elections. You have to register every year depending on your state. So please check your state and register, because the best time to fight for your rights is while you still have them.
Er rät halt den Leuten, sich unbedingt zu registrieren für die Wahlen. Bei manchen Staaten müsste man sich ja jährlich registrieren, das neu eintragen. Das ist ja bei uns nicht so. Ne? Läuft ja hier automatisch, wenn man ummeldet.
I'm Daniel Brook. I'm briefly in Berlin. I'm very briefly in Berlin. I'm here because I am the biographer of Dr. Magnus Hirschfeld, a truly great citizen of the Weimar Republic and victim of fascism. I'm heading back to America on Monday, if they'll let me in. Marco Rubio, come and take it. Come and take it, Marco Rubio. I have good news. I have bad news and good news from America. As you've heard, the bad news is real. The cowardice of our leadership in academia, in the legal field, in corporate America is shocking and inexcusable.
Yes.
But the bravery of ordinary Americans is exceptional. An acquaintance of mine, who happens to be of Nicaraguan descent, was shopping at Home Depot near my home in New Orleans. An ICE agent asked him for his ID. This individual is not particularly political, but he got very loud and very bilingual to protect his fellow neighbors who are not documented. It took a very long time to get out his real ID. He spared a lot
of undocumented neighbors from going through the nightmare of ICE detention and deportation. When we learn the history of places that fell to totalitarianism, we often hear about neighbors who stayed quiet when the knock was not at their apartment door, or who pretended not to see the unmarked car in the middle of the night taking away their neighbors. It only works when good people are silent, and I'm proud to say millions of Americans are not being silent. Thank you. Hasta la victoria siempre.
Got it? Got it? Whoa! Yeah, I got it. Hi, everybody. Can everybody hear me? Yes! Is it better with this? Yes.
Can you hear me? Yes. Hi, guys. My name is Sarah. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm very happy to be with you today. Do I have any Gen X folks here tonight? Does anybody know their Schoolhouse Rock? Anybody want to do the preamble with me? We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, protect the general welfare, and ensure the blessings of liberty for ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Thank you, guys!
Yeah, thanks. Okay, thank you. How do I push just talk into one side and press text vital? I will press this. Okay, you don't have to press.
Hello, can people hear me? Yes. Okay, hi. I'm happy I'm here with you all today. It's been a very long time since I've seen a group of people, group of Americans in Berlin, and it feels a little bit less lonely now. Yes. Put it closer? Okay. Got it. When I was in high school, I went to Big Bear High School. I'm from a small red town in Southern California. And when I was in Big Bear High School, a friend that I had at the time who was 12 years old had been raped and impregnated by a 17-year-old man. If this happened today in the modern day, they would have been forced to carry that child to term thanks to the red area I live in and the abolishment of Roe v. Wade. I have another friend who was abused by this same man physically and pressured into sex, and the same fate befell to me, but me and my friend were much luckier than the friend I had when they were 12. We were drawn in by this man telling us that he was anti-Trump, that he believed in women's rights, that he read books, and he was progressive, and he was involved in politics. And he used that just to get us to trust him so he could use us and abuse us. What I'm trying to say here first is that I'm not too sure actually.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I think what I'm trying to say is that with all of us here protesting No Kings and we're protesting fascism, I know that there's going to be people who try to use this to take advantage of you, no matter who you are. You could be female, male, non-binary, intersex, gay, trans, bisexual, straight, white, black, anything. There are people who will try to take advantage of this so they can take advantage of you. So I ask you to please be careful, first off. And second off, one more thing. On October 14th, beginning earlier this year, but it came fully into effect on October 14th, airline passenger databases in America. Airlines are now required to put in male or female for airline travelers. This is an issue with those of us with an X on our passports, those of us who are intersex, those of us who are non-binary, and anything other than male or female. Theoretically, we are not allowed to board a plane going to America or going out of America. And if it's on our real ID, we cannot fly domestically either, because our information cannot be put into the passenger database. My friends and my family, I was raised in abuse, and I was taken in by a wondrous Jewish woman, and she's the best person I've ever met. And she's taken in many other abused kids from Big Bear too. I am afraid to think what may happen to all of us if ICE gets to Big Bear and takes away my mother, and I am afraid to think of what may happen if things reach Big Bear and my friends and my family cannot leave the country. This is part of why we are here. This is why we protest. This is why we are loud. We need to show Donald Trump that we're not afraid. We will not back down, and we cannot lose to fascism. Thank you.
Okay. At some point, I'm also going to say something, if that's okay.
Oh, I'm only slightly afraid of heights. Hi, my name's Allie. I'm from Washington, D.C. I'm an artist, and I have been in Berlin for a year next week. I am so grateful to be here. I'm so grateful to be among all of you beautiful people and other people who are standing up against fascism in the world. I am so tired of bullies winning. Yes. I watched it infiltrate even a community that thinks of itself as liberal. During the pandemic, I watched it make neighbors turn against teachers. I watched it make them turn against mentors. I watched it make them turn against their family members. I'm so tired of getting the implicit message that the only way to be accepted in America is to be a bully. It's the only way to make money. It's the only way to have any clout. And that is not who we are. We are the people who celebrated movies like Sandlot and The Goonies, and who stood up for each other in the streets of New York in 2001. We are people who have a very problematic history, but there's one thing you can always say about Americans. We have a big heart, and you cannot convince us that we are bullies, and the only way to get ahead is to be hateful. Do not descend to calling names. It is so easy to be hateful. These people deserve it in a lot of ways, but it pollutes our message. Keep focus on what they're doing every single day. Don't just keep focus on what the dancing clown in front is doing, or what they're saying, or what buzzwords or hashtags or whatever other bullshit that they're trying to get out there. Don't let the algorithms win. Don't let the bots win. Keep your eye on the ball. Keep your eye on what the Supreme Court is doing. Keep your eye on what your local representatives are doing. Your school boards, your teachers, all of us. We want accountability. That's the difference between people who want progress. We don't want to forget it. This city does not let you forget. This city teaches you that being accountable is what creates empathy and healthy communities. Our communities have been destroyed by systemic policies designed to make us so isolated and so lonely and to hate each other. Don't fall for it. Thank you.
May I also say something? I think
It's not a problem if it takes a little longer. Don't worry.
I always go.
Hello. Hello. Who here's lived in the U.S. before? Who here's lived in a red state before? Yeah, if you don't recognize what's on my sweatshirt, this is Mississippi. That's my home. Yeah, I heard some surprise responses. I love Mississippi. Mississippi is my home. And I have heard from other Mississippians who are scared to protest, who feel like it's not worth voting because it's a red state anyway. And I will tell you this, if each and every one of those people voted, we would be in a better situation right now. And I have said the same shit. It doesn't matter. We're in Mississippi. My vote doesn't count. And I am tired of that. We are not alone. We are not alone in Mississippi, in Louisiana, wherever you are, here in Berlin, you are not alone. And there's one way to remember that, in my opinion, and that's to chant. So let's do it. Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Now this time, I would love for everyone to face that way for a second. Just 1 second. Let's tell them. Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
When I say no, you say kings. No.
Kings.
No.
Kings.
No.
Kings.
No.
Kings.
No.
Kings.
No.
Kings.
So we have one more speaker and then we'll sing us out. But I just want you to remember, everything you do counts and you are not alone. So take the feeling that you felt when you screamed at that embassy right there. Keep that with you. Not just today, but tomorrow and the next day. You are not alone.
Okay. Ja, der hatte mich irgendwie angesprochen, ich habe nicht verstanden, akustisch nicht verstanden, was er gesagt hat. Ist scheinbar blind, nehme ich mal an. Stopp da zu runter.
Oh, do I press this?
War zu leise einfach.
Alright, like this? We good? Yes! Hi everyone! I've never done something like this before, so I'm a bit nervous, but I have a very simple message. I've been traveling for a few months with my partner. He is also visually impaired. If you guys can see, I am visually impaired. And it's been quite an experience being abroad and just hearing the news of everything that's going on back home. For reference, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. It's been very hard to see what my friends are going through because of the color of their skin, what my family is going through because of the color of their skin, what they're going through because of their sexuality, etc. And it's been the most hard to watch people like me with disabilities and everything that is being pulled back quietly. So the only thing that I wanted to say, especially as I am getting ready to go home very soon, is please do not forget about us. here for us too. Thank you so much.
Hallo, grüß dich. Hallo. Wir sehen es vielleicht noch später nochmal. Ne? Also nochmal. Ich habe da nämlich jemanden gerade gesehen hier. Augenwinkel. Mal schauen, ob ich den noch finde. Ein großer YouTuber der auch deutsche Wurzeln hat eigentlich stammt er aus Südafrika. Den habe ich hier rumrennen sehen mit einem Bodyguard. Mal schauen, ob ich den noch finde. Weil das wäre auch ein Oberhammer, wenn ich den vor die Kamera kriegen würde. Schauen wir mal. Interesse ist ja scheinbar sowieso nicht so groß. Es ist gleich Schluss. In 5 Minuten ist Schluss. Jo, gucken wir mal. Der rennt hier irgendwie rum mit einer Kamera. Ja, ansonsten kann man noch mal gucken, was es sonst noch so gibt. Aber hier ist ja gleich Schluss sowieso. Veganismus-Geschichte, Tierrechte, die sind ja auch mal jetzt dauernd hier, genau. Der Ukraine-Stand hier ist auch immer da hier am Wochenende. Tja, weg.
Official in some news channel.
So, ich gucke dann gleich mal bei euch rein, hier ein bisschen im Schatten ist, geht das ja dann auch. Hoffentlich. So, die machen jetzt hier Schluss. Tja, da gibt es dieselben USA, dieselben Probleme wie bei uns. Und ich sag mal, diese ganzen Sachen kommen ja von dort her. Ne? Viele Entwicklungen kommen ja bei uns hier verzögert an, aber die kommen dann irgendwann an, leider. Und nicht immer alles ist gut, was da aus den USA kommt. Dabei belasse ich es jetzt mal. So, ich kann jetzt mal reinschauen, wenn er noch dran bleibt, ob ich noch irgendwas finde hier an Demos. Dann können wir mal schauen. Versammlung. Ja, der Jaise war ja noch da, hier mit seiner Freundin. Mal gucken, vielleicht ich die noch finde. Wie lange wie sich das hier aufbaut. Yeah.
Deutsch or English?
Yeah. No problem.
I got here unfortunately too late because I had a meeting. This definitely looks bigger than last time. Also, there's some in front. What would you say about how many people have showed up?
Perhaps 500 or so, maybe more. You can watch it. Wait a moment. I filmed. I'm live at the moment. I'm live streaming on YouTube. Maybe you can watch it later. You can see it for yourself. I put my stick far out, and you can maybe see for yourself how much.
Do you have any idea when it will be shown?
It's live. You can show it at the moment. You can skip back or move it back anytime. Okay. It's not the first time that this demonstration happened.
Last year was one, but it was.
Can I film you? Are you good?
So, what do you want to hear from me?
No, only what you want to tell you. You've been before here for
yes,
on this demonstration, on this rally.
Last year.
Last year?
Last year? No, wait a minute. Well, it wasn't last year. It was.
Last year was Biden presidency.
Yeah, we didn't need to then. It was in the springtime, I believe.
In the springtime, okay.
No Kings.
Yeah.
Protest, and it was.
How often does it happen?
This is the second time.
Second time.
And it was across the street over in front of Tiergarten. It was much smaller.
Okay.
This is nice because it's becoming more and more and more important that this happens. That we protest all over the world. There's so many Americans that live here.
Yeah.
What's happening, the fascism going on in the United States.
Where are you from? For what state?
I'm originally from California.
California, okay. I think a lot of people are from California. I've seen several pamphlets, with the bear on it.
I've lived here for a long time, so.
And one of the speakers was from California too.
Cool.
Yeah, maybe you can watch it later. You can watch it anytime. At the moment, it's live, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
you. Thank you for filming it. It needs to get out there that all around the world this is happening. It's, America, sometimes I see all the time that people say, always so appreciative that other people care outside of the United States. But
what happens all around the world? What do you mean?
These protests.
This protest,
yeah.
Okay.
And also what happens there, unfortunately, affects the whole world. And we just need to be loud and proud, not let anyone stop our voice.
Okay.
I mean, it's easy to protest here. I don't have to worry about pepper bombs or...
Pepper bombs?
Yeah, whatever. If the police get weird or there's instigators, my friends in San Francisco, I don't know how it's going to be, or anywhere else in the United States today. Who knows?
Okay.
We'll see. If it got violent, everyone that's protesting is really asked to stay non-violent, but there could very well be instigators.
I hope it will stay peaceful.
Yes. It must, because it's exactly what they want, is that it isn't peaceful. They're calling it a hate rally. And,
okay.
Not a rally, a hate, I don't know. And that Antifa is an organization and it's paid for, and just all the constant lies. Nothing new.
Okay, bye-bye.
Ja. Kann ich das mal fotografieren? Ich finde das fantastisch.
Ja,
dieses kleine, total kompakte System. Ja. Mit Gimbal dran.
Genau. Ich bin live jetzt hier, also.
Ach so.
Deswegen. Das ist ein Kontrollhandy mit dem Chat halt, eben, ne? YouTube-Chat, aber Moment.
Überträgst du das nach oben dann?
Ja, ja,
genau. Und dann gehst du live rein, ja?
Genau.
Also das ist im Prinzip
hier kann ich dann Live-Chat noch sehen.
Als
oder
Tablet
kann dann
sozusagen.
Kann dann auch hier kontrollieren, Bild, Ton und so, ne? Mikrofon, ein Star halt, ja.
Klasse. YouTuber oder?
Ja, YouTuber. Aber nicht nur, auch ich bin auch auf Rumble, die Live, Twitch, auch noch Facebook.
Welcher Kanal ist das?
Berlin TV.
Ach, Berlin TV.
Berlin TV. Moment.
Berlin TV.
Ich habe eine Visitenkarte. Moment. Der Dame ja auch einen gegeben, die kam jetzt später zu. Ah ja, wollte ich noch übersetzen. Also, die hat ja sehr leise gesprochen. Ich weiß nicht, ob ihr da irgendwas verstanden habt. Ich habe kaum was verstanden. Ja. Sie ist jetzt später dazugekommen und sie war schon mal, hier gab es wohl schon mal so einen Protest, irgendwie im Frühjahr oder so, sagte sie. Im Tiergarten, der kleiner gewesen wäre. Nee, was ist jetzt im Mai oder März oder so, ich glaube im März. Das wäre im Tiergarten da drüben gewesen, das wäre aber deutlich kleiner gewesen. Sie hat mich gefragt, wie viele das hier ungefähr waren. Also ich schätze mal 500 plus, keine Ahnung. Man kann es vielleicht besser nachher sehen, ich habe das ja hochgehalten und dann so rumgeführt. Das ist ja, wenn man da selber da unten steht, kann man das schwer beurteilen. Ich bin ja, am Anfang bin ich rumgegangen, nachher auch, aber da waren ja schon wieder welche weg. Ja, kann man vielleicht besser im Video nachher sehen, wie viele das ungefähr waren.
Naja.
So. Aber mehr als ich erst gedacht hatte, auf jeden Fall. Man wusste ja nicht, wie werden hier kommen. Kommen hier nur eine Handvoll Leute oder waren ja aber doch deutlich eine gewisse Anzahl schon.
Ja, ich bin auch bewusst losgegangen. Ich mir gedacht, das muss unterstützen.
Alles klar.
Cool, danke schön.
Bitte, ciao. So, jetzt wollte ich ja noch bei euch reingucken. Ihr schreibt was. Moment, jetzt muss ich jetzt mal wieder hier auf den Schatten gehen. Vielleicht treffe ich ja noch diesen Reise-YouTuber. Aber da muss ich wahrscheinlich noch ein bisschen hier runterlaufen wie diese Touristengegend. Der macht jetzt eine Europatour. War schon in London, Barcelona war er, in Paris und in Frankfurt in so einer Drogenecke. Um zu zeigen, wie schlimm Europa runtergekommen ist. Irgendwie, das scheint so jetzt sein. Ja, vorher war er in der ganzen Welt unterwegs, vor allem in Südamerika und so. Ist dann ja wirklich mit den Einheimischen, auch in Venezuela war er mit den Einheimischen unterwegs, in Kuba. Ganz interessant. Jetzt macht er im Moment so eine Europatour mit Bodyguard irgendwie und zeigt hier irgendwie so die nicht so schönen Seiten von Europa. Das ist auch ein ziemlich umstrittener Moment. Bei Reddit geht es da ziemlich ab. Der heißt Kurt Katz. Ich kenne der ein oder andere. Den habe ich hier gerade rumrennen sehen, wo ich das gefilmt habe. Der ging dort irgendwie hin mit dem Bodyguard. Aber ich wollte jetzt auch nicht da mittendrin raus. Das wäre ja vielleicht auch nochmal interessant geworden, wenn man den gekriegt hätte. Aber naja, egal. Jetzt suche ich nochmal den Scheiße. Aber der ist scheinbar auch weg. Ah genau, ich wollte ja bei euch dann mal reingucken, dann gehen wir erstmal irgendwo in den Schatten. Und ich kann ja mal, genau, ich kann ja schon mal in die Richtung mich bewegen, hier Richtung unter Linden irgendwie, schauen wir mal.